G'day. G'day, mate. G'day, mate. Welcome back. You're with the Aussiest Aussie in the world, mate. The Aussiest Aussie. I'm the least Aussie. That's for sure. Does anyone know when this is all gonna fucking end? I remember I started listening to conspiracy theories about 12 years ago now, and there was a lot of conspiracies saying the economy is going to collapse, shit's going to hit the fan. I'm still waiting for that. I didn't buy a house because I was concerned about super inflation, because all the conspiracy theorists were saying they're nuking the economy. Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason I didn't buy a house. It wasn't because I had no job or money or backing. I wouldn't even know how to buy a house. I still don't even know how to buy a house. I assume you go into a bank and ask them, but who knows? Are we just in some sort of holding pattern here? And how long is that holding pattern going to last for? Like, how long do I have to wait for doomsday? I can't be waiting most of my life for it. I don't want doomsday or the apocalypse to come when I'm like 70, when I can't defend myself. I need it to come in the next like 4 or 5 years while I've still got some up and go. But it feels like it's been about 15 years of it's just around the corner. How much more build-up do we need? Let's get it going now. Let's start it now. Can someone incite riots? Russian bots, are you listening? Can we get this happening? Because I don't want to live through a holding pattern. I don't want my generation to be the holding pattern. I want to be there when it kicks off. It's going to get messy too. When it kicks off, it is going to get real fucking messy. But it's definitely a holding pattern at the moment. I know people are still employed. People are still working. I don't know what happens when people stop working. I don't know if social security is going to cover it. And that's why they call it social security, by the way. It's not for the unemployed. It's for the cunts that have TVs. Big screen fucking TVs. Because if they weren't given that tiny little amount of money that they get, which is just enough to buy some booze and drugs and get a couple of tattoos, then they'll be coming into your house. I can tell you that right now. And when it reaches a tipping point that more people are unemployed that can be sustained through social security, then you'll realize the reason why they called it social security. It's for your security. So they started, and I'm not even sure if this is 100% true. I could just be making it up, but in Australia they started cashless social security. So I think it's like food stamps in the States or something like that, where you get a card and you get money on it and you can only buy certain things. It's so people don't just buy booze and drugs, which is part of the economy itself. So they started that, and crime rose pretty rapidly, pretty quickly, because if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict, you need to get your booze or your drugs. And it's real hard to trade some heroin for some cornflakes. Like, you need a lot of boxes of cornflakes to make it worth a bag of heroin, especially if your habit's like $900 a day in heroin. You need some big screen TVs or some unlocked iPhones to get past that hurdle. So yeah, we're in a holding pattern right now, and I'm preparing myself. You don't have to be physically stronger. You don't have to be prepped up to the eyeballs. You just need to be one step ahead of the game. You need to know where the hordes are going to move and where they're going to aim first, and you just go the opposite direction. I used to have dreams like that all the time, that a big asteroid hit. In my dreams, everyone seemed to head the same direction, and I just went the opposite direction. I don't know if they were dreams, more nightmares. Nightmares. It's all a nightmare. It's all a goddamn nightmare. I'm going to become a motivational speaker, I think. It's all hopeless. Alright, start preparing. See you later.